Welcome back to Grey Matter. Now, before we go ahead and dive into today's topic, I want you to go ahead and hit that like button before I forget. Today, we're talking about intention and desire. How focused is your focus? How attentive is your attention? Do you know what one-pointed intention is? If you know, feel free. Just let me know. Put me on. But if you don't know, let me read to you an excerpt from the 7 Spiritual Laws of Success by Deepak Chopra. One-pointed intention means holding your attention to the intended outcome with such unbending purpose that you absolutely refuse to allow obstacles to consume and dissipate the focused quality of your attention. Now, in layman's terms, let me just break it down. It means regardless of what happens, you're still going to get to it. You're still going to see it through. Tell me, how many times have you felt like life wasn't going your way? Felt like all you want is this and it's so simple, but everything just keeps getting in the way. Like it's not on your timing. For some reason, there's just all these obstacles. And then along the line, you start to tell yourself that maybe it's just not meant to be. And you decide to keep walking in faith or give up. To be short, give up and go a different path, walk a different path. Well, I'm here to say it's your choice. Whatever you do is on you. But I encourage you that if you want something, it will be. It will be. Now, the beauty of one-pointed intention is that it channels that hustle spirit, that drive spirit. And I don't mean that you have to hustle, that you have to be go, 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 go. And at the same time, you can be consistent. You can hold yourself accountable. You can be moving in the direction of your path. You can be doing things that move you light years forward without rushing past the present. Without, let me put this in the clean version, without pooping on yourself. Because we want to move in love. We want to support ourselves. We want to uplift ourselves. We want to encourage ourselves, regardless of who is around. Because there are plenty of people that feel like they don't have enough support to pursue this. They don't have enough resources to do this. And you don't need it. Because you want it, everything around you will take shape, will take form. And if you feel like the people, the place that you're at right now does not support where you see yourself in the future, make note of that right now. And in a year, in 2 years, in 6 months, see how different your environment, your surroundings are when you decide to focus in. We're in an age, an era where the internet has provided so many opportunities. And you see people's hustle and ambition, their spirit, their consistency, their drive, taking them places that their immediate environment cannot provide. That's not just because they said, okay, I'm getting it. That is a switch that they turned on inside. And they decided that, okay, if I want to be an artist, if I want to be a fashion designer, I'm going to sketch every day for 20 minutes. And then 20 minutes turned into 40 minutes. And then it turned into an hour. And then it turned into 2 times a day, 3 times a day. Everything that you see took baby steps to get there. You know why? Because anxiety exists. I hate to break it to you. Anxiety exists. And anxiety, in my definition, is the negative side or the left side of excitement energy. Because when you're excited, oh, you feel so good and you're like, ooh, I can't wait for this to happen. You add a dash of nervousness to it, it's called anxiety. It's about reclaiming that excitement energy for yourself. Getting energized and fired up about what's to come. And being so rooted in faith that you believe it to be true. Even though you haven't seen it, you haven't felt it, you haven't experienced it yet. We see so many people talking about manifestation and this and that, and people showing old tweets and vision boards. Why do you think that is? They started saying and speaking as though it already happened. They started creating visuals so that they could see themselves in those rooms that they dreamed of. The only thing that they did not take into account was the fact that there is no time. When you're making a vision board, when you're tweeting, you're not saying, oh, this is going to happen in a year. No. You lead with the desire. You lead with the intention. You don't say, if I don't accomplish this goal by 30, I just don't want it anymore. You know why? Because that's not how we work. We're complex beings. So we can't expect things to just be handed to us simply. I'm not saying that certain things don't. There are plenty of things that can get handed to us simply. But if you want it, what are you willing to do? Like, actually, what are you willing to do? Are you willing to wait? Because impatience is abundant. Impatience is everywhere. Some people can't even wait in line behind a person without driving off in a fit of rage. The bottom line is that the future is literally surrounded by anticipation. So we have to wait. All we have is right now. This moment right now where you're listening, that's all we have. So we know that the future is going to bring some form of excitement, energy. It's up to us, whether it's on the left side with anxiety or on the right with the good times and the party. Where do you lie? Tell me. Because I know people, things, places that I want to meet, that I want to see. And if I put a time limit on that, I would just be doing myself a disservice. My parents still want some of the things that they've wanted since they were a kid. And it doesn't matter how foolish it may seem. It may be a Barbie, it may be a toy car that's vintage and limited edition. It doesn't matter. If you want it, everything around you will start to take shape and take form because of that energy that you're pushing out, that one-pointed intention. Being so fixed in it's going to happen that it happens. It's going to happen regardless of if you know how, when, where. That is not your job. Your job is to come up with the intention and the desire and allow the universe, source, whoever you pray to make it happen. Be consistent in your desires. Even if it's a little thing. Every day, you write it every day. Every day, you say it when you wake up. It doesn't matter what it is. Putting that energy out there, sending those signals will tell nature, the environment around you, that something's got to shift for you to get what you want. And they welcome that energy. They welcome it. They welcome your passion. They welcome your poise. They welcome your dedication. People respect that. People respect when you are consistent. People respect when they see you doing good for yourself. You respect you more. There are so many benefits. Building up your confidence, your self-esteem. You just glow different when you're doing what you want. Even if you're working a job that's taking away all your energy, the minute you clock off, the minute you get out of work and you're doing what you want to do and you show up every single day, or you show up twice a week, or you show up once a week, whatever it is, the minute you step into that energy, you feel more fulfilled. And that's what it's about, right? Not feeling like we're wasting time at the end of the day. Not feeling like everything that we're doing is just a wash, is worthless, workless. Because we're not running out of time. We don't know when our time expires. It could be 80 years, 100 years from now. We don't know. So why rush the present instead of making the present feel like what we want to see, what we want to experience in the future. So you want to own a fashion company. Throw a mock fashion show. Do it at a small scale until you get to do it at a big scale. And so what if you don't have the people around you? We have social media now, and as scary and daunting as it may seem, there's someone out there who wants to be a part of your dream, who wants to pour into you in such a way, who wants to uplift you and support you and motivate you and be your biggest fan, your biggest supporter. There's someone out there that wants to listen to you, that believes in your voice and your vision, and that sees all that you can do, even if the people around you don't have your prescription. It takes time for some people. And for others, they see it right then and there. They see the potential. Tap into those people that see what you see. And know that you don't even need them. All you need is you. Remember that trees stand still and they grow huge, so big, massive. It takes time. But they don't have to do anything but exist and be great. And they fill the world with such beauty, with such abundance, with such love. They're the reason we get to breathe cleaner air. And they grow by just standing still. Standing still and embracing the present. Because that's all they have. They don't know that when their seed is planted, they're going to be a big oak tree. They're going to take over the forest. They don't know. But the important thing is not to focus on not knowing. It's to focus on what you can do. To shift that energy to what you can do, what you can be. Instead of feeding into that negative anxiety, that negative excitement energy. Because it's very natural and easy for our mind to create scenarios that are fake. We know this. And for anxiety to flare up, it's so natural. But in those moments, you have to say, no, not today. Not today, Satan. I am not letting myself feed into this negative energy to bring me back down when it's taken so long for me to come up. Allow yourself to be full by doing little things, taking baby steps toward your vision, because Rome wasn't built overnight. All these things that you see took foundation, took consistency, took building, going through the mud and saying, I'm going to keep going, because that's where the joy lies. When you know you got past this level in a game, next level, boom. You beat that level, go to the next one, boom. And even if you get set back down to that level, you know how to beat it because you beat it before. All these obstacles are just little checkpoints to make sure that you really want what you want. Stay focused. Activate your one-pointed intention. Activate it. And even if you get thrown off kilter just a little bit, come back on. Come back on. You got this. It may seem like nothing's happening now, but give yourself 3 months. Give yourself 3 weeks. Turn that 3 weeks into a month. Turn it into 2 months. Turn it into 6 months. Watch over time. Give yourself the space to watch yourself grow, blossom, and flourish. And in 2 years, in a year, in 6 months, you're going to thank yourself for making the decision to feed into what you want to do. Even if you don't want to be the biggest, baddest in the world, you just want to take up space. There is space for you. Your presence has purpose. Your presence has purpose. So what's your intention? What's your intention behind your desires? Have you ever sat down, written them out? I encourage you to take some time to do that. And in regard to this, or with regard to this, don't focus on the time. Because regardless, if you get it tomorrow, Or if you get it in 2 years, are you going to still want it? Even if you give up, are you going to still want it? Ask yourself these things. You may say, oh, I'm craving this, but you can't get it today. Let's say in 2 days, your friend asks you to go get it with them. You're going to go with them. You're going to go with them. The important thing is that desires, they have roots. And unless you tend to them, they're still going to be there. They're going to keep growing. They're still going to be there. So why not embrace them? Why not fill yourself in the best way you know how? And if you need help, you can always drop a comment and I can pick your brain a little more. But we're all living, not to just exist, but to live, to dream, to wonder, to be curious, to find and maintain a healthy balance of uncertainty and security, of presence and purpose, of attention and intention, of peace and excitement, of boundaries and limitlessness. Plant your intentions and your desires in the field of pure potentiality, because you can attain the things that you want. You can be the version of yourself that you've always wanted. And we don't know how having any of this will feel, but if you want it, it will come. Say the word. Say the word. It's all up to you. And you don't have to rush and jump and take the biggest leap. When you're ready to do that, you'll do it. No matter how long it takes. It matters that you're doing it. It matters that you're trying. And even if it's just an idea for the next year or 2 years, or you keep it drafted to yourself, that's beautiful. Start where you are, because you can only go as fast as your body allows you to. You can only move as fast as your body allows you to. In your brain, you might be so much further than where your physical body is, but knowing that your mind moves your body. So keep thinking those thoughts, because you'll think them so long enough that your body will start to do the work, and you won't even start to think or question how or why it happened. You'll just start moving in it and get into a flow. Just remind yourself that you are worthy, that these things are meant for you. You literally exist to fulfill your destiny that is linked with your desires. So go ahead and take some time to set out the things that you want. Even if it's every year you feel like the list grows or it changes. What do you want at this big age right now? Or little age, whatever you want to call it. What do you want right now, this year? And if it doesn't happen this year, carry it on to next year and watch your list grow and change. And you can see what you wanted at 16 versus what you wanted at 22 versus what you wanted at 25 versus what you wanted at 50. The beautiful thing is we don't stop wanting things. We don't stop craving and having desires. So it's a matter of which ones are we tending to? Which ones are we most excited to fulfill? I'm going to leave you with that today, and I'll see you next time. This has been My Gray Matter.